Welcome back to Big Crone Energy. I'm Angela, and this is the final week of the Divine Feminine that Courtney, Aries Witchcraft, is putting on. And so this will be the final video talking about that subject for that. Not that I will never talk about this subject again, but just specific for that. Next month, I believe, is Fairies. So I'm looking forward to that. So this will be a little different video because I had the rage empowerment video, I had the, just general talking video. But I just want to speak to you guys about how sometimes doing this work might bring up emotions, and not good emotions. So for example, I am tapping into my Divine Feminine, which to me is things I'm not going to do, which takes setting boundaries. And I was very proud of myself that I set boundaries. I have recently found out that through my astrology chart that I got read by Rochelle, that, it just affirmed my people pleasing. So, and I am a people pleaser, but I need to stop that in this life to get on to the next life in a better set, or maybe even nirvana, right? She taught me something, Mashka, so I've been looking into that. So the liberation, just to leave this life liberated. And I do think that's the path I'm on, to leave this life liberated. But that doesn't mean that this life doesn't have pain. So proud of myself, set boundaries in career and in with my children. The two areas that are very important to me, that I pride myself on, is definitely my career and the fact that I am a mother and I raised 3 great children, but they are human too, as am I. And it's not always roses and sunshine. So then yesterday I started feeling like, what is life's purpose? Where's the joy? Things like that. Just really getting down. So I reached out, and I appreciate the ladies that, helped to give me advice. Because really it's about community. And I'm learning that tremendously tenfold. And also the whole, if you give to the community, it'll give back to you. And I'm definitely seeing that. And this is the first time in my life I've seen that. But one of them was like, auto-write thoughts and stuff. And it came out that I'm doing this hard work of liberation and life's purpose, and it's just hard sometimes. It's hard to see the realities. It's hard to make those changes. It's hard to not have the guilt of making those changes. And it's just, life has its ups and downs. And I just wanted to come on here and share my experience in that, because I think a lot of times, especially on YouTube, people present, or even any social media, people present that everything is great and we're moving forward and we're learning in this, but life really is 2 steps forward, 1 step back, or sometimes 1 step forward, 2 steps back. It has happened to me a million times, and it's so frustrating. But I think it's necessary for true growth. I know I learn actually quicker by making mistakes and not wanting to make them again. So sometimes those lessons, as in a 15-year-long miserable marriage, took a while. But, once I learn them, I feel like I do pretty good at learning them. So I'm going to do one last spread. I think I'm out of order, but I'm going to do a Lilith spread. I'm going to do the Lilith spread that Courtney made and kind of bring you along to that. I felt like it might be appropriate for kind of my mood and what's going on, and just to shed some light on some more things. So I think that's it for the face side of this. It's pretty short this time. But I just want to encourage you all that if you feel like you're not getting the results you want, or you feel any kind of more on the negative side emotion and not, yay, everything's perfect and I'm getting this and life is grand and look at all these changes, I'm living my divine feminine life or my divine masculine life or whatever life you envision for yourself. And maybe you're not in that space, or maybe this work has brought you to a space where you're no longer understanding yourself. It's okay. It's okay. You're human, and that's what makes you awesome. So, anyway, I'm going to turn the camera around, and I will see you in a minute. Thank you. Okay, first things first. I was wrong. I'm not doing the Lilith spread. That one is about sexuality, and that's not what this video is about. So we are doing the Wisdom from Within spread. The Lilith spread is the one going on right now, if you want to join and do a video in regards to that. So, I'm going to use the Gothic Tarot, because if you saw my 5-3-2-1 decks, this is the one I can't stop talking about. So, Wisdom from Within. I'm going to shuffle these real quick. The great thing about this is it's such an easy shuffler. Well, I say that and then maybe it's just not my morning. So the first question is, how well do I listen to my intuition? How well do I listen to my intuition? How well do I listen to my intuition? And I got Page of Cups. This has 5 questions, so the next one is, what happens when I ignore it? What happens when I ignore it? What happens when I ignore my intuition? 9 of Wands. How does my inner wisdom communicate with me? How does my inner wisdom communicate with me? 8 of Wands. And what helps me hear my inner voice clearly? What helps me hear my inner voice clearly? The 4 of Pentacles. And guidance from the higher self. How can I trust myself better? Oh no. Yeah, how can I trust my higher self better? How can I trust my inner self better? And the 10 of Cups. Okay. So, how well do I listen to my intuition? To me, this is signifying that I am in the baby steps of really listening to my intuition, to trusting it. For so many years, I thought, oh, it's just crazy, there's no way, this stuff means things, even though I just knew stuff. And I thought, oh, you know, people would put me down for knowing stuff and, you know, saying I was psychic and stuff, and made it sound like it was a mental illness issue. But really it is who I am. So I'm in the young stage of coming back to it, of getting into those emotions that bring on my higher self, trusting my intuition, and listening. What happens when I ignore it? Well, the 9 of Wands, I'm going to go more with the image here. My passions, 9 of Wands are usually passions or things that ignite you. And it looks like these sparks are going out, and this person is just kind of like fighting something that they're not sure what maybe some evil lurks in the shadows and they can't quite see it because the flames are going out. So definitely I get lost. I get lost in the darkness when I ignore it. So I would say that is that one. How does my inner wisdom communicate with me? Swiftly and fastly. Just it's like a lightning bolt. It's like an arrow, streams of radiating energy into the cosmos. Definitely. Just lightning. I just know, you know? You know? What helps me hear my inner voice clearly? Four Pentacles. So staying grounded, just really grabbing on to those. It's funny, this reading is more about instead of just looking at what the cards mean, looking at the images and reading it intuitively. So it's kind of fascinating to me. But anyway, just so what helps me hear my inner voice clearly? Just keeping it close to my chest. Just sitting there thinking about it. Is it this intuition? Is it real? Is it what I should do? Really, it's probably about battling it. I'm getting these thoughts real quick and swift. It's telling me it's right, but I still sit back and hold on to what I think, just the denial of it. So I think now that I look at this card more, kind of looking at it intuitively, I hold on to this grounded society of belief, and it just doesn't serve me well. Guide from higher self. How can I trust myself better? And the Ten of Cups. So just knowing that, there is a rainbow at the end of the tunnel, that I do have the ability, accepting it, not being afraid of it. Understanding that through my intuition and my higher self, I can find that peace and love and all the things that come with the Ten of Cups. So that's the reading for today. I hope you enjoyed anything. If you have any comments, please leave them below. I love to hear from you guys. Give this a like and subscribe. I just love. I love getting to know you better and building this community. So thank you for joining. Blessings.